guys! So this is another girl talk video. A lot of girls were curious what to expect when they get their first physical exam, going over when they feel your boobies and your first pelvic exam. And I actually just recently had mine done, so I thought this would be a good topic too to also go over while it's fresh in my brain. A lot of girls are super nervous and freaked out at the idea of getting their first exam. It's not scary, I promise. Oh, what are you doing, little bunny? Now they do physical exams for lots of different reasons, but a majority is when you become sexually active and you go to make appointments for birth control and stuff like that, and they do your physical. And if that's your reasoning for having to get one, then I kind of feel like if you are mature enough to be sexually active, you should be mature enough to take on the responsibilities and take care of your body and to make sure everything is okay and working properly and there's nothing going on. So that's kind of how I feel about it. So if you're not ready to have any exams or anything that way and you're too kind of scared and you're worried about birth control, don't have sex. You're obviously not ready. Now, when I had mine, just the other day ago, it was not bad at all. I've been going to the same lady for a while now, and you can request if you would like a male or female. I request a female for personal reasons, but if you are fine with the male, then go for it. It's not like he's going to be super pervy and inappropriate. It's his job, and they're doing it to help you. If you do have an experience where you're uncomfortable and it does feel inappropriate, definitely let someone know. When I went there, what they do is they usually take you back to a little room and they ask you a whole bunch of questions, very personal questions, and be honest with them. Be very honest, don't lie to them. It is very important for them to know exactly what's going on, and if you're experiencing anything, don't be embarrassed to talk about something because it could be something really serious. So if you're concerned about anything, definitely let them know. So I went in there and we just talked for a little while. Then they give you your little robe thing to put on, and they step out of the room for a little while for you to change. And with mine, they just give you a sheet to put over your waist and then one that fits on the top. And then they come back in and she gives you a breast exam to check for anything, and they just do this. Now you are naked, so you'll be laying on your back and they will do a whole bunch of stuff kind of like this to check out your boobies and to make sure everything is okay. And that's what they do. And then they usually, what else do they do? Oh, they listen to your heart, your blood pressure, weight, height, stuff like that. And then they will feel on your lower back, and then they move to your pelvic region. Then they will just do things like this and push around all over, mostly in your pubic region. There's a bunny sniffing my crotch. Can we not? But and all around in here just to check everything out. And this is basically all they do. And they do push a little bit hard, but I mean, it's nothing really. It doesn't really hurt. If it does hurt, then I feel you need to let them know because there may be something going on. But normally, it's not supposed to hurt you. Then after they do that, they kind of have you lay back, and then that's when you put your foot or your feet in the little stirrups, and you're all spread eagle, and your vagina and your butthole is just in the breeze and saying, "Hello, stare at me, I'm smiling back at you." And that's when they usually, they'll put lubricant on, and they have gloves on, and they take kind of just 2 fingers, and they just do stuff like this, they feel around in there, and and that's all. It's not very scary. Usually they will talk to you the entire time about a subject to keep it less awkward, and the whole time I was in there we talked about YouTube actually, and what I do on my channel. So we were just talking, having a great time while getting fingered by a woman who is probably old enough to be my grandma, or just about. It was an interesting day. Now preparing for it, if you're concerned if you should shave, if you shouldn't shave, pretty much do whatever you normally do. Just make sure you're clean. Now there is a list of things that I was reading up online, and these are things that you should not do. 48 hours prior to your exam, you should not douche, use a tampon, have sex, use birth control foam, cream, or jelly, and then it also says use medicine or cream in your vagina. So don't do any of those things. Also, you should not have your pelvic exam when you are on your period. So If you keep track of your period, which you should, make sure you schedule it to when you are not supposed to be on it. And if it does happen to fall on like the appointment day on when you're on your period, just call them and reschedule, and you can let them know. And they would be more than happy to reschedule it for you. When you do it, honey. Sometimes they will stick in like a little plastic thingy to kind of open you up a little bit so they can check everything out on the inside and make sure everything looks good. I think they did that. They didn't do it at my last exam, but they did it the one before that. So they don't do it every time, but they do sometimes. And that's not very bad either. It doesn't really hurt or anything. It's just kind of like awkward. That really is it. It's not very scary. Putting yourself out there like that for someone to see is kind of scary, and you know, you're like, oh my gosh, but you have to think they have seen literally like hundreds of other vaginas, and they're doing it to help you. It's not for any sexual reasons at all. It's a part of life. It's something that needs to be done and is 100% to help you and to make sure everything is okay with you. I hope this video was slightly informative for any females that are curious about what's going to go on and if you have to get one soon or anything like that. Good luck if you have to go and get a pelvic exam and get your boobies grabbed on soon. But it's for a good reason. I love you guys. Bye.